my name is Valerie. Today we're going to be doing an experiment called Garden in a Glove. Garden in a Glove is really exciting because it's a little miniature greenhouse in a glove that we're going to be making right in your kitchen. Garden in a Glove is one of my favorite experiments because you truly get to be the scientist. You're going to be making lots of observations and you get to change the variables. So we're going to be growing a little seed all the way up to a plant where we'll have our fruits and vegetables, and then we can eventually eat them. How cool is that? So for this experiment, you're going to need a few items. A cup of water, 10 cotton balls, 1 food service glove, the seed packets that you want to grow, a marker to label, and a pipe cleaner to tie off that glove. So scientists always practice safety. We want to protect ourselves and our friends around us. For this experiment that we're doing today, we're just using common household items, so we won't need that type of protection. But there are portions of the experiment where you may need adult supervision. First, what we're going to do is we're going to take our food service glove, and scientists always label. We want to label so we know exactly what's in there. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at all of our different seed types, and we're going to label each one on the finger. So I have hot pepper seeds here, so I would write hot pepper. Now, write the rest of the seed names on the other 4 fingers. So it doesn't matter if you're a big seed or a little seed, all seeds need the same 4 things in order to get them growing, in order to get them to germinate. We need warmth, water, food, and sunlight. So first we're going to talk a little bit about water. So the reason that we're taking our cotton balls and we're dunking them into water is because water is essential for that little seedling to grow. And what happens is that little seedling, the seed coat is what protects that seed. It takes in a bunch of water and it starts to swell and get really, really big. And it's kind of like you and growing out of your jackets. So if you were to try to put on a jacket from when you were little, you would burst out of it. And that's exactly what's happening with this little seedling. It's going to take in so much water that it's going to swell up and then burst out of its seed coat. The next step, we're going to open this up. And then it's time to get our cotton balls wet. You dunk them in there, lightly wring them out, open up your glove, push that through, and then we want to sandwich between 2 cotton balls that little seedling so that we keep it really moist. So we have cucumber there, so we'll take our seed packet, grab just a couple, 2 to 3 cucumber seeds. Place those in the cucumber finger, and then on top of that we're going to sandwich another wet cotton ball. So you dunk it in there, kind of wring it out. So we have our first finger done, our little pinky cucumber finger done. Now just do the same thing with the different seeds in each finger. So now that we have all of our seeds, our different seeds in each of the fingers, then we need some warmth. So what we're going to do is blow this up, twist it, and then tie it off with a pipe cleaner. And we're going to need to put it somewhere warm. So somewhere like a windowsill or on the window would be perfect. So at this point in our little seedling's life, it has a little food packet in it to get it started to grow, kind of like a granola bar, but eventually you're going to need to eat dinner. And so while we have this up on the windowsill, the sunlight is going to really get that seed to start growing. Eventually you're going to see a little root come out and then a shoot come out, roots and shoots. So let's take a second and talk a little bit more about seeds. So we have this seed coat here, which for some seeds are really hard, for other seeds they're kind of softer. It just depends on what type of seed it is, but that seed coat is protecting that seed, just like a shell would protect the embryo of an egg. And we have another part here that's called endosperm, endo meaning inner. And so in here, that's what's going to feed that seed. That's like that little granola bar that this seed is going to need in order to get it started to grow. And the first part that's going to happen is this little radicle here. That's the beginning of the root system. So radicle is a long word for radix, which equals root. So this root is going to come out here, and then the cotyledons are going to go up, and they're going to go up simultaneously. So as you have the radicle going down to search for food in the soil, you'll have the cotyledons coming up, which is going to search and align itself with the sun so it can gain the light. Check this out. Look what I found in my backyard. An acorn seed that had started to sprout. There's the roots, there's the shoots, and some maple seeds, or helicopters or whirligigs as we like to call them. As a scientist, it's very important to make observations, and we make so many observations it's difficult to remember them all, so we always keep our journals handy. So I encourage you to check on your glove every single day and make very good notes. Draw pictures, diagrams, whatever makes you feel comfortable, but you want to keep track of all those different changes that you'll see in that seed. Some things to think about while making your observations in your journal are which seeds are growing the fastest. What characteristics do those seeds have? Are they small? Are they big? Do they have a rough seed coat, a rough outer shell, or is it kind of soft and pliable? Is that affecting how fast your seed is growing? So we've been growing these little seedlings here for about a week. See how big and green they are? And so they're really running out of food in their little seed, so they're going to need access to more soil. So we have a few materials we'll need to grab. We need some soil, and we'll need some cups to put them in. Now these cups are kind of special because they're biodegradable, which is great for the environment and really easy for you, because once you put the soil in there and your seedling really starts to grow and you need to put it outside in your garden, all you have to do is put the little cup in there and it degrades right into the soil. So the next step in this process is we would take our scissors and we would cut each of our, without cutting the stem of course, we would cut each of the little fingers out, take the cotton ball out, put a little bit of soil inside our cup to kind of make a little nice bed for it to lay in. So you put the soil in there, then you take your cotton ball and you can either peel away the cotton ball or plant it right in there. In this case, we're going to peel away the cotton ball and then just put it right in there and then pack it down with a little bit more soil. So now that you have your little seedlings potted, you're going to put them on a windowsill and continue to grow them. And then they're going to get so big that you're going to need to take them out into your garden, plant them, and eventually you can take the fruits and vegetables from them when they're at that point. But another thing that you can do once you get really comfortable with this experiment and growing these plants is you can create a little science experiment out of it by changing the variables. So you could maybe plant all green beans in each of the fingers, and then you hold one of them out. That's going to be your control group, and you're just going to give that one water. And then for the other 4, you can choose whatever you want. Make sure you check with your parents though as you look around your house and pull some things. So maybe it's a sports drink. All scientists want to make sure that they document everything. So you as the scientist, if you're going to put a tablespoon of sports drink into the soil, then in your journal, make sure you put how much sports drink you put into that soil. So do you ever wonder why farmers plant their seeds in the spring and not in the winter? Let's think back to those 4 conditions that all seeds need in order to grow. They need food, they need warmth, they need water, and they need light. And if you think about the spring, those are just the perfect conditions in order to grow that seed. Here at Monsanto, that's what we do. We look at those seeds, we decide what are the best qualities in that seed, which will grow into great plants and then eventually end up on your table. So Monsanto produces a lot of different types of seeds, including vegetable seeds. But the 3 that I have here are the largest crops that are grown in the United States. We have corn that's used to feed animals, soy, and cotton. So one of the coolest parts about this experiment is we get to eat it. And this is an example of all those different fruits and vegetable seeds that we had planted in each of the fingers. How exciting is that? Science is awesome because science is everywhere, from your kitchen to the park or even your backyard. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Science Camp series, and I'll see you next time.